Here we go. Another one of these. Need to find the right configuration.
Code Nexus, yep. Oh, okay. That seems straightforward enough. Down and right.
Done. I should check the door nearby. There's a part missing. Maybe there's a storage area nearby.
Hey, I'm done with Brett's incompetence, okay? Somehow, he managed to install an H-emitter node backwards. Everything's in reverse. I don't get paid to clean up Brett's messes. If you want it fixed, send him up to storage for a new emitter, not me. Parker out. Hey, I'm done with Brett's incompetence, okay? Somehow, he managed to install an H-emitter node backwards. Everything's in reverse. I don't get paid to clean up Brett's messes. If you want it fixed, send him up to storage for a new emitter, not me. Parker out.
Hey man, I think you're limited on who your coworkers are gonna be. You know, given the circumstances. Aha.
Found one. Looks intact.
There we go. Yeah.
That should do the trick. Now let's get that door open.
Right and up. Wait. Didn't I do that right? Down. Right. And up. Wait, what? Oh! You kidding? It's upside down. I just noticed, look. The pharaoh name is upside down. The whole display got flipped upside down. I love that. Okay. So this is actually gonna be down. This is gonna be left. That's gonna be up. And then right and down.
That did it. Door should have power.
Now to see what lies beyond it.
Yeah. Okay. This game is crazy. Wow.
Eclipse. They're here.
Avoid contact.
Lines look good.
Gaia. It's up there. Second floor.
Can you reach it?
So much for avoiding contact.
We have a
Here
problem!
I am.
Oh, forget this.
Lost contact.
There. Oh yeah?
Keep your head down.
These guys just don't give up.
That's the last of them.
Means non-structural failure. Repeat.
Or not.
Oh god. Oh my god, these guys.
The shadow will reach you wherever you go.
Room's clear. For a moment, anyway.
Then get moving. You have to find Gaia.
Yeah, need to make sure I don't miss anything. Nope. Okay.
Hello, I'm Margot Shen, and this is Hephaestus. As the name might tip you off, this is going to be the subordinate function that Gaia will use to make lots and lots of robots. Her personal forge. Except, it's not that simple. So you probably noticed that only about a third of you are robotics engineers. The rest, experts in machine cognition, virtual heuristics, that stuff. Well, that's because we aren't going to be the ones designing and building robots. The last thing we want is to burden Gaia with a bunch of outmoded 21st century designs. Waste of time. Our purpose is to empower Gaia to build the robots, and not just build, imagine, from scratch. Any robot she needs for any conceivable purpose, designed and fabricated at a snap of a finger. Hers. Her finger. So, Hephaestus isn't really the forge. It's more like the knowledge of craft and ingenuity of a mastersmith to wield the hammer. Encoded as software. Virtual creativity made real. Gaia's already learning. In simulations, she's doing some very creative things with fractal assembly and animal morphologies. Her designs aren't about to win the Liam Prize anytime soon, but hey, everyone has to start somewhere. So, yes, time to get started. Let's do this.
I don't get it.
Which part? It's a little technical in places.
If Gaia was designed to save life, why would the robots it makes attack people?
Perhaps it loves some forms of life more than others.
The derangement. The machines weren't always so angry.
True. Mostly they were docile until 10, 15 years ago.
For years, Hephaestus has been forcing cauldrons to make aggressive machines. I've seen it myself, in the cauldrons. Stalkers, Ravagers, a Thunderjaw. How could it do that? And why?
Why indeed?
Yeah, so it's Gaia. These cauldrons, this is what Gaia makes the machines. But yeah, that's a good question. Why do they attack people? Full steam ahead. From Elizabeth Sobek to Margot Shen. Full steam ahead. Margot, if I doubted your... Oh, sorry, just had to sneeze. Okay. Margot, if I doubted your brilliance in the slightest, I wouldn't have picked you as the Hephaestus Alpha. You need to stop worrying about your age and communication style. You are who you are. Have confidence in yourself. You know what you're doing. Case in point, The latest draft of your plan for the construction and stocking of bootstrap silos to store raw materials is excellent. This, combined with your design for the AM Foundry core and the Foundry site selection plan, add up to a comprehensive plan. It's time to start construction. One detail. Consult with Iomede Okilo before you finalize the silo inventories. Festus's first task will be to fabricate the robots that will construct the waveform broadcast towers Minerva will use to transmit the activation codes. So any exotic materials needed for the towers should be accounted for in the inventory plan. Elizabeth. Now what is this? I guess they were test building a robot here? Or something? Yeah. Simulation results from Margot Shen to Elizabeth Silbeck. Simulation results. Wow, you weren't kidding about Gaia's predilection for animal morphologies. Sure, not totally unexpected given the rough natural terrain her bots will have to navigate, but I agree that there's something deeper going on here. Her designs aren't just functional, they feel almost like, well, tributes is the word that comes to mind. As though she's already mourning their loss, and not just for the disappearing fauna of our time, but creatures from the fossil record too. References to megafauna in some of her designs. So cool. Well, whatever Gaia thinks up, Hephaestus will empower her to build it. I just wish we could still be around in a century or two to see what she makes. Hang on.
Hello, I'm Margot Shen, and this is Hephaestus. As the name might tip you off, this is going to be the subordinate function that Gaia will use to make lots and lots of
Okay,
robots.
that's what I wanted
Her
to.
personal forge, except
That's
it's
what
not
I
that
wanted to hear
simple.
again. Like, what's Hephaestus?
So, you probably noticed that only about a third of you are robotics engineers. The rest,
It's like a
experts in machine
sub-function of
cognition,
Gaia.
virtual heuristics, that stuff. Well, that's because we aren't going to be the ones designing and building robots. The last thing we want is to burden Gaia with a bunch of outmoded 21st century designs. Waste of time. Our purpose is to empower Gaia to build the robots. And not just build, from scratch. Any robot she needs for any conceivable purpose, designed and fabricated with a snap of a finger. Hers.
I think this is it. Elizabeth Silbeck's office. But it's sealed off. There's got to be a way inside. More Eclipse.
Careful now.
And these Eclipse guys.
Welcome to Apollo, the collective memory of the human species and the wellspring of knowledge for future generations. I am Samina Ebaji. Until recently, I was director of the International Collective Memory Institute in New Tehran. As a heritage professional, I devoted my career to the preservation of human knowledge, creative endeavor, and cultural achievement. Apollo is, therefore, the ultimate embodiment of a lifelong passion, albeit under the very worst circumstances imaginable. The challenges before us are immense. Specifically, we will have to design and implement 4 major initiatives simultaneously. First, the construction of data repositories in cradle facilities around the world ensuring redundancy. Second, the collection and processing of a projected 180 million discrete data entries. 42 zettabytes of data in Mandarin, English, Spanish, and Arabic. Third, the transferal and encoding of all that data onto DNA encapsulated in synthetic fossils. The only medium capacious and durable enough to safeguard it without degradation for the centuries to come. And last, but not least, the development of the holographic interface and gamified curricula, by which future humans will commune with Apollo, progressively unlocking heuristic learning modules, leveling up their knowledge and skills they will need to take control of the terraforming system. That is the future towards which all of our efforts will be directed. Not just the preservation of the past, but the seed for the flourishing of a new tree of knowledge. Welcome, and let us begin.
Oh, wow. That's a lot of data. Oops. Encapsulated data from Samina Abaji to Elizabeth Sobek. Encapsulated data. And the winner is encapsulated DNA. Sorry, that said DNA anyways. And the winner is encapsulated DNA. Over the past 10 days, I performed an exhaustive review of data storage solutions. Magnetic, optical, quantum, even that eternity tech that FAS was shilling a year or so ago. But every other solution has one or more fatal shortcomings. Too heavy to transport, too massive to install in the allotted space, too power intensive over the centuries, too prone to failure past 300 to 400 years, etc. Encapsulated DNA will easily hold the 40 plus zettabytes we're projecting for Apollo. There are still many details to finalize, of course. To start with, we need to select the inert material in which we'll embed the molecules, already testing 16 candidate materials, as well as design and fabricate the power systems and sealed reliquaries that will keep the DNA at negative 18 degrees Celsius for 1,000 plus years. So as long as I assure you that it didn't factor into my decision, may I confess that I deem it entirely fitting, indeed propitious, that we will be using the very building blocks of life to preserve human knowledge from mechanized extinction. It's not just ironic, but heroic. Life is the hero, beating back the forces of oblivion. In any case, much to do. Until next time. Peace be with you, Samina. Huh. Interesting. I lost it. Okay. Apollo update. From Samina Baji to Elizabeth Sobek. Apollo update. Over the past 2 months, the full benefit of our procurement of a copy of the Homer archive from Fair Zenith has made itself known. As a result, all of Apollo's key deliverables are on schedule. Apollo has already surpassed 40 million discrete data entries and continues to grow. The physical science modules are effectively complete, with soft science modules close behind. World history, cultural data, media archives are also on schedule. Language preservation is wrapping up, a bit ahead of schedule, due to falling short of our goal to preserve 4,500 languages. I suppose the tragic early loss of Papua New Guinea doomed that goal from the outset, with attendant curricular development about to begin. Speaking of the heuristic curricula, they are performing well in testing, with children and adolescents demonstrating high levels of engagement with and trust in Aristotle and Aspasia Personae. Personally, I find them highly engaging, especially when they debate. I wish half my professors had been so entertaining. Peace be with you, Samina. So they're like Apollo. It's gonna have like these learning modules, and like Apollo will be a teacher of sorts too, to apparently teach people in the future. Which is why now they're testing it on people, including children. But is the world already like... I guess the world is still kind of okay at this point, otherwise how are they going out and doing these tests? Yeah, but... I mean, the world is definitely not okay at this point, but I guess okay enough that there's still some structure.
I've been seen.
What the heck is he using? Oh my god. What? Yeah, you guys wanna play like that?
On once more.
In what should have been a cave of wonders. Look around. See if anything is left.
January 15, 2066.
Dr. Sobek, please archive this testimonial in Apollo. Cross-reference to all mentions of my name and Operation Enduring Victory. My name is General Aaron Harris. From 2060 to 2066, I served as the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, the highest-ranked officer of the United States Armed Forces. The tenure of my command included strategic planning and oversight of Operation Enduring Victory, a falsehood perpetrated on the civilian populations of the United States and other nations during the last 14 months of life on this planet. Before the Pharaoh Plague, I did my job and did it well. I was bold and decisive, crafty in political maneuvers. It wasn't an accident that I rose to my position and became the commander of the largest mechanized force ever assembled. But to what end? My only lasting achievement was the extinction of life on Earth. And my one redeeming act, if any, was to delay that extinction by days or weeks, by throwing more death at it. It is my hope that there will be no need for men like me in the world to come. If you are one of the people of that future world, listening to this message, please know that I am sorry. And that I wish you well. Sincerely, Aaron Harris.
And they were unable to archive it. It said stacks closed. Anyways, what do we have? Not really anything. Yeah, there might be something over here. No. Okay. Hold on. Just want to make completely sure I didn't miss anything. No, I think we're in the clear. And there's nothing over here, right? No. Okay. We're good.
Welcome to Hades, Zero Dawn's extinction failsafe protocol, the ultimate killer app. Now, I know what you're thinking. The purpose of Gaia is to resurrect life. So why give her a subordinate function, only purpose of which is to wipe out life all over again? I mean, what? Just plumb crazy, ain't it? Well, no, it isn't. Reconstituting a biosphere? That's a tall order. Tech smart as Gaia may be, odds are she won't get it right the first time. I mean, imagine you're Gaia, 200 years from now, and this new biosphere growing, it's all gone wrong. Alkalines are skyrocketing, coniferous forests eroding under the lash of superstorms that would have drowned Noah. It's chaos, spinning top that won't stop wobbling. Now what are you gonna do? Release phase 1 organisms into that hot mess? Hope their CO2 and methane can balance out what you got started? Hell no. What you're gonna do, Gaia, is step aside while Hades takes over and does what you're just too darn nurturing and life-loving to do, which is burn that misbegotten mess of a biosphere to the ground so Gaia can start over. Okay, not burn, more like reverse terraforming operations and suffocate it. But you get the idea. Hades takes the biosphere back to zero. Square one, blank slate. And then, only then, does it hand the steering wheel back to Gaia and say, try again, old girl. And better this time, or we'll have to do this again. That's Hades. It's pretty badass when you think about it. Extinction on demand. Death on speed dial. All for the greater good, of course, but still, kind of metal. So welcome to Hades. Welcome to the void.
Okay, so if that's the original purpose of Hades, why does it want me extinct?
We need more data.
And how does it end up in the wreckage of a Pharaoh Titan, getting worshipped by the Eclipse like some kind of god?
I'm learning as you are, Aloy. Keep searching.
Well, now we know what Hades was supposed to be. Noise complaints. From Travis Tate to Elizabeth Sobek. Noise complaints. Color me confounded, Lizzie. Bashcore? Anyone who says the The old TT codes, the bash codes, straight up lying, and you know it. Old Trav don't have no truck with commercialized razzle dazz. Heck, I'd rather guzzle a liter of Citarum runoff than listen to Grey Swarm for 30 seconds. Hand to God and swear in my mama's grave, and she was religious. Nah, that ain't Bashcore blasting the Hades lab, shaking the walls, rattling folks' teeth. It's death metal, girl. Classic music, 80s and 90s mostly. Got me some Dutch deathcore, some Japanese gore grind, some Swedish cannibal theme stuff too. Stop by if you want to listen, or heck, just come within 50 meters of the lab. Ain't no bashcore, you see, or hear rather, in the screech that rends the air, and feel in the throbbing pulse of the floor and walls and ceiling swelling you up like you was Jonah trapped in a gullet of gothic deathfish. Hallelujah. As for those requests to turn it down, no can do, Lizzie. This is how I code. Turn down my death matter? Might as well give up stimulants, chocolate malts, and industrial accident bits. Last I heard, we were supposed to be coding Hades down here. Am I really supposed to code an extinction protocol without death metal to inspire me? No, I don't think so. Stay cool, Trev. Wow, they sure picked the perfect guy to work on Hades. Oh man. Hades Protocol. Tate here. Just popped 3 blues, but I earned it. Finally figured out the Goldilocks solution to Gaia's rather extreme executive authority. That ain't worth 10 to 12 hours of dream time, what is? Before this, every usurpation protocol I designed failed in simulation because it was either too hard or too soft. Too hard, and it degraded the Gaia core. Sure, it pried her figurative fingers off the figurative driving wheel so Hades could take control, but by breaking her fingers, sometimes her arms too. So that couldn't fly. Everything depends on Gaia taking control back after Hades has done its business. So I had to find a solution that didn't leave Gaia any worse for the wear. Too soft, and Gaia only pretended to relinquish control. In simulation after simulation, Hades would take command of the terraforming system and reverse operations, only to have Gaia lurk in the background, quietly reversing the processes and falsifying telemetry to hide its interference. Sneaky. I swear, ain't nothing Gaia wouldn't do to keep life going, even when it's just simulated plant life. Turns out the just right solution is to isolate Gaia in a protective code shell, preserving its integrity, then unseat it from command position so Hades can slip into the figurative captain's chair and work its magic. Those blues are coming on strong now, so I'm not really describing it so clear, but pretty sure it'll work. Yeah, those blues are plenty strong. So guess it's time to sleep in bed. I'll be back to it tomorrow, alligators. Okay. What do we have now? Archive abuse. From Samina Imbaji to Travis Tate. Copied Elizabeth Silbeck. Subject Archive abuse. Mr. Tate, this mail contains Apollo Archive submission number 0000238876. Your 666th submission in just 5 days. And oh, what a doozy. Despite earlier warnings, inappropriate materials, you chose to submit 265 holographic remasters of acknowledged classics of extreme exploitation cinema. Allow me then to thank you on 2 accounts. 1, for giving me the pleasure of rejecting your submission, thereby consigning your favorite Eastern European torture flicks and their ilk to the dust heap of oblivion. It truly warms my heart to know that I have saved future humanity from the ordeal of experiencing not just one, but all 16 installments of Making a Millipede. Don't worry, the Pasolini material has already been preserved. Extreme perhaps, but 2, for clarifying a concept that has so long been ambiguous and ethically fraught for archivists such as myself. The definition of obscenity. You have freed me from the subjective quagmire embodied in Judge Potter's famous utterance. I know it when I see it. Thanks to you, I can now apply a single objective criterion. If Travis Tate submitted it, it's obscene. Accordingly, I have directed Apollo's staff to summarily reject all of your future submissions, sight unseen. Perhaps you might invest the time you would have spent preparing further submissions on, oh, I don't know, your assigned work. We have a world to save, after all, or the rest of us do anyway. Dr. Samina Abaji. Dr. Samina Abaji. Man, she went down hard on him. Yeah, so that's it for here. Let's keep going.
Looks like the only way onwards.
Welcome to Eleuthia, the crown and king of Gaia's subordinate functions. For it is by Eleuthia that the human race will continue to exist. I am Patrick Brochard-Klein, the Alpha in charge of this program. Now let one thing be perfectly clear from the outset. Eleuthia is not a genetic engineering project. Our goal is to preserve the human genome, not alter it. A snapshot of human genetic diversity, literally frozen in time. The genetic quintessence of our species, unmodified. Under my watch, our activities and initiatives will comply with the 2034 clone provisions and the 2048 Rally Accords. Now that may seem a quaint, even trivial concern to you in light of present circumstances, but as one of the authors of the Accords, it is far from trivial to me. The practical challenges before us are staggering in scope and complexity, but not insurmountable. No. Global collation and provisional storage of zygotes, perfection of exogenic technologies, design and perfection of servitors, to provide nurture and inculcation during early child development. All of these program components must and will proceed in tandem. To say nothing of the breakneck construction of cradle facilities at sites around the world. So, si vous êtes prêts, let us begin.
Yeah, so basically they built a bunch of data centers around the world, which is Apollo, right? All the knowledge. They wanted it to be redundant. I mean, it's the same way that anything like, you know, big websites like YouTube and stuff, they're not gonna have everything hosted in one single building. They have redundancy, so that if like a natural disaster happens in one area, they don't lose any data because it's all replicated at different facilities. So they're basically just doing that, except on an obviously much more important scale. From Patrick Brochard-Klein to Elizabeth Sobek, FZ Chambers. The ectogenic chambers arrived 2 days ago. I spent the last 36 hours examining them and poring over the technical documentation. The revelation astonishing. I don't know what you had to give for Zenith and trade to get these chambers, but it was worth it. In a single leap, the embryologists have vaulted past 50 years of technological shortcomings. The risk of ECML resolved. Nutrition delivery resolved. Hormonal stability resolved. 12 other risk areas resolved. Before I examined these chambers, I considered the Odyssey to be a fool's errand. But if the rest of FC's technology is at this level, well, a human colony around Sirius doesn't seem so impossible after all. Mass fabrication at the chambers will present a number of challenges, but I'm confident they can be resolved. I'm going to rest for a few hours, then get back to it. Expect a fabrication plan within 48 hours. PBK.
Are these what I think they are?
Artificial wombs. Machines to spawn a new generation of human beings.
Oh, wow. Credo Servitor Personae. From Patrick Busher Klein to Elizabeth Silver. Credo Servitor Personae. Development of the artificial personae for Credo Servitors. Nurturer, disciplinarian, healer continues at a good pace. We are targeting Turing 0.4 for these constructs. This should allow low-grade empathy and limited improvisation without undermining adherence to codified behavior sets. The stimulus-driven switching of personae, however, is proving to be a greater software challenge than anticipated, especially concerning entrenched feedback loops between the disciplinarian and healer personae. I have also attached the reports from an incident where a servitor running the mother personae intervened on the disciplinarian servitor's behavior. A parental argument, if you will. Amusing on first glance, perhaps, but deeply concerning. I have attached a comprehensive plan for correcting these interactive protocol shortcomings. Just data corruption. Fair Zenith Model K. Ectogenic Chamber of Advanced Design. Eleuthia Model A15. Ectogenic Chamber of Advanced Design. Okay. Different models of chambers.
I can't spare the weight.
Cradle sealed from Patrick Busher, Klein to Elizabeth Sobek. Cradle sealed. Eleuthia 1 was successfully sealed before the swarm advancing across Xinjiang province could detect it. Ping-pang from Crucial Systems is good. For our maiden voyage, a success. Regards my disputes with the betas over zygote selection. Of course, I understand we have limited overhead to run simulations of gene flow in our future humans, but we can all agree there is margin for refinement in future Credo populations. Dunk, in addition to personally overseeing completion of the Eleuthia 2 site inside Mount Namuli, I will formulate and preface a modified zygote selection plan within a week. PBK. I'm going to safely assume there's not actually any children in these, right? Like, any babies. Oh, is there? If there is, then, well, I think we know what would have happened. But I assume not, because I think this is just testing, so.
Cradle facilities. Elizabeth said a new generation of humans would be spawned inside such places.
She did.
All Mother Mountain. It was one of them?
There's only one way to be sure.
The hatch wouldn't open. Something about a corrupted alpha registry. I need to search Elizabeth's office. Full already.
I see. Like, there's just so much stuff going on. Yeah, wow.
Looks like it used to hold something. Some component that got removed.
Oh. What is that? Wait a minute. Don't tell me that's Gaia. No, can't be. No way.
Bots would benefit from antilopine morphologies, though caprid forms show superior load-bearing capability.
You're a quick study, Gaia.
Dr. Sobek, as I have conducted this comparative analysis of mammalian morphologies, I've gathered extensive data on the quaternary extinction event.
Oh? And your assessment? Gaia?
Logically speaking, the extinction was a natural consequence.
And yet,
I find the loss of megafaunal species unaccountably sad. That they passed forever into oblivion causes me to experience a grief that is difficult to describe. Am I malfunctioning?
no, Gaia, you're not. This is good. It's very good.
She's feeling sad. Oh yeah, that's definitely a true AI. Wow.
Bots would benefit from antilopine morphologies, though caprid forms
I
show
didn't mean to.
superior load-bearing capability.
You're a quick study, Gaia.
Dr. Sobek, as I have conducted this comparative analysis of mammalian morphologies, I've gathered extensive data on the
Maybe this
quaternary
is Gaia.
extinction event.
Oh? And your assessment? Gaia?
Logically speaking, the extinction was a natural consequence.
And yet,
I find the loss of megafaunal species unaccountably sad. That they passed forever into oblivion causes me to experience a grief.
Sorry,
It is difficult to
wait for
describe.
this to finish.
Am I malfunctioning?
I didn't mean to play it again.
no, Gaia, you're not. This is good. It's very good.
Okay.
You will undergo a brief period of unconsciousness during relocation to Prime and final instatement.
Elizabeth, may I speak outside protocol?
When you're back up and running at the new site, we'll bring the subordinate functions online and see where we stand.
Elizabeth, I detect distress. Are you all right?
I'm fine.
I realize that circumstances compel us to launch earlier than we hoped, but all subsystems are operational. The odds stand in our favor.
But what if... Gaia, there's nothing left out there. You can't even survive unless you're wearing an environmental suit. There are billions dead, in fear and agony. What if it was all for nothing?
Elizabeth, extinction was inevitable. Thanks to you, life will have a future.
You really believe that?
I believe in you, Elizabeth. In you, all things.
Oh man. Yeah, so the Earth environmentally did become uninhabitable. And so Gaia obviously worked. I mean, you see these animal machines and the Earth is beautiful right now. So Gaia obviously worked, at least started the terraforming process. But now we got Hades causing problems.
Forget about traveling light.
Hold on. Let's listen to this first. Odyssey has failed. From Elizabeth Sobek to all alphas. Odyssey has failed. All. Some terrible news, I'm afraid. Fair Zenith has informed me that the Odyssey mission has failed. Last night, telemetry indicated a catastrophic antimatter containment failure as the drive spun up to depart the solar system. The ship, its crew, its cargo of zygotes and seeds, its alpha build of Apollo, all were lost. Zero Dawn is now the only hope for the continuation of the human species and earthly life. We must succeed. Elizabeth. So they were... That's something I was gonna ask too, like, are they not going to try and bring a seedling of humans to another planet? Because it wouldn't make sense just saying that everyone can die. We're like... So yeah, it looks like they did try to get over to another planet to repopulate the current generation of humans, but didn't work.
The Alpha Registry master file.
Intact?
Yeah. No signs of corruption.
Then what are you waiting for? Copy the file.
With this, I can restore the registry at the hatch inside Allmother. Open it. Go inside.
And grasp the secrets within.
Where I was born. Maybe who gave birth to me.
Who? Are you really so naive? There will be no who waiting for you there, Aloy. Whatever birthed you into the world was a what, not a who.
You bastard.
Oh no, I had a legitimate birth. It's you, Aloy, who are the creation of a machine. But what kind of machine and why? Why were you created?
Eclipse.
You need to get out of there. What you found is too valuable. You're too valuable.
Still alive. Good. I have a more suitable death in mind for you, child. My entire life, I've always known one thing with prophetic certainty. That I was destined for glory as a great champion of the sun. Even when Jiran was murdered, even when Meridian fell, I never doubted my destiny. Until you came along. When I heard that you had survived, a doubt took root in my mind. As sure as the sun rises and falls each day, those I am bade to kill die. And yet I failed. How? Why? With each dig site you attacked, each loyal soldier you killed, this pestering doubt grew. It grew when High Priest Bahavas went missing. And when the true Sun King Itamen was snatched away. It not only grew, but multiplied. I kept thinking of the moment my knife pierced your throat. One twist, a simple tug of the blade, and you would have bled out. In slaughter, I am a practiced hand. So why hesitate? Why fail my destined purpose?
I guess even a monster like you can have a glimmer of conscience. You didn't kill me right away. Turn your face to the sun, child. Dressing up murder as religious sacrifice so you could feel better about it?
No. I never doubted the righteousness of killing you. And yet, your words touch close to the truth. In my heart, I deemed the order to kill you unworthy of me. You were just a savage girl. So I thought at the time. Even still, I aimed to kill you, and yet did not. This failing troubled my thoughts, haunted every step. It was only when I captured you, down in that place, that I finally glimpsed the sun's design etched at length across the course of events. You were meant to survive that day on the mountain. Meant to interfere at dig sites and kill my men. Meant to eliminate High Priest Bahavas. Meant to snatch Itamen away. Conversely, I was meant to capture you. Here. So that you might die as a sacrificial offering to the sun. Everything as it was meant to be. Predestined and preordained.
Some destiny. You're following orders, not some grand cosmic design. You're a puppet, with Hades yanking the strings. A pawn pushed around by larger forces. It'd be laughable if there weren't so much killing involved. Hades is an ancient machine, not the buried shadow of Karja myth. It doesn't care about Meridian. It wants to kill everything and everyone. And you are its dutiful slave.
I serve not the buried shadow, but the sun in shadow. All halves of nature joined to one cause. Shadow to sun, dark to light.
Do you really not hear how ridiculous that sounds? You've gone from serving an insane homicidal Sun King to an insane homicidal machine. You're moving down in the world, not up.
I'll remember those words as I watch your corpse burn. Whatever's left of it. You fail to grasp the point. As surely as you've been conquered, so has all doubt. And with certainty of belief comes unstoppable force.
Then open this cage and put your faith to the test. See if things work out like you expect.
The circle has closed. Every element is in its proper place. Exactly where it belongs. The errant beast, now caged, will serve her true purpose. A sacrificial animal. Oh, speaking of sacrifice, I forgot to tell you. After you crashed the Eclipse network, I sent messengers into the east to rally the forces there and mount an invasion of the sacred land. I ordered every Nora killed. I was hoping to catch you there, but alas, it all seems to have been unnecessary.
The Nora cast me out at birth. You're not hurting me if you hurt them.
Really? Then it makes no difference one way or another. In any case, I couldn't recall the order even if I wished to. Thanks to your destruction of the network, communication over distances is impossible. You not only doomed yourself, but an entire tribe. Do we not see the scorching judgment of the sun in these events? Your focus. Such a powerful device, isn't it? And yet, so fragile. So you see, this time, I did not hesitate. The knife has already been twisted.
After all of that, we're not going down though.
Karja faithful, rejoice! Our years in shadow are over. A new dawn trembles on the horizon. A new day soon to break. And when it does, the false Sun King will be dead, and Holy Meridian ours once more. In this, I have become an instrument of prophecy. All halves of nature join to one cause. Shadow to sun, light to dark, night to day. Behold! Hold your seats! Can you not see the proof of the sun's blessing before your eyes? How else could shadows such as these prowl in broad light of day? Were they not approved by the sun and joined to our cause? Many years ago, to consecrate this great ring, the Radiant Tyrann ordered many faithless, crushed beneath the hooves of the behemoth. Mighty is the radiance in the eye of the sun, but it is mightier still, infused with the power of shadow. Let this one, who schemed and slithered, be the first to die! Let her be the first of thousands!
I'll never beat that thing without weapons. The weapons are up on the platform. There's no way out of this ring. Maybe I could use the strength against it.
God, what are we doing?
That did it. One more pillar and that platform will come down. And my weapons will...
Oh God.
I should try luring the behemoth into the pillars. That makes a mess. It's down.
Wow, we were fast getting our stuff on.
Hey! Guess who got our weapons back?
Oh crap.
Big dump truck. Come and get it!
Oh.
Freeze can't storm.
Oh.
Those components on the sides of its head. That's something to do with the sleep attacks.
Oh God.
Kill her!
Now these are Pharaoh robots, not guys.
Kill her!
The behemoth, the behemoth was a Gaia's robot though. Yeah, like now that I look at them a bit more closely, you can kind of see like the set of design differences.
So you're here. Really here. You risked your life.
Of course I did. If you'd been killed, the Nora's sacred mountain would never have given up its secrets.
Too bad you wasted your time, then. Helis destroyed my focus. And the Alpha Registry with it.
Not at all. The whole time I've been monitoring your focus, I duplicated every data file you scanned. Installing that data to a new focus was trivially easy. Happy birthday, Isaac. Daddy sure does love his little big man.
You're really good at making it impossible to like you, Silence. But I guess I need this.
It's time to see where you were born. Maybe you'll even learn why.
Yeah. Meet the machine that birthed me into this world. Isn't that how you put it?
I'll be off.
Wait.
Yes?
Since when can you override machines?
Ever since you discovered the technique. I had to destroy a corruptor to obtain the necessary parts, of course. But your example showed me how to do that as well. Yet another benefit of monitoring your activities through your focus. Truth be told, the underlying logic of the technique isn't so different from rites practiced by Banuk shamans. Though, of course, far more advanced.
Great. You're welcome, I guess. How did you track my location when I wasn't wearing a focus?
Really, Aloy? It doesn't take a genius to surmise that Helis would throw you into the sun ring at high noon. I wore out 2 striders getting here in time, but I did. Now be on your way.
Helis recognized you back in the sun ring. You told me that you'd assisted the eclipse. Not that you knew the man who killed who almost killed me.
So now you know. The man is a serious threat. So let's do all we can to make sure that he and Hades don't succeed.
Right. I'll be on my way. To make matters worse, Helis ordered an Eclipse detachment to attack the Nora Sacred Land. The tribe's already weak. They won't stand a chance. You should come with me.
Well, absolutely not. I have preparations to make elsewhere.
What kind of... Why do I bother asking? You're not gonna tell me.
When the time is right, I'll be in touch. I'll contact you later. In the meantime, should you need to return to Shadow Karja territory, I brought armor to conceal your identity.
You think of everything, don't you?
One of us has to. Aloy, when you were recovering the Alpha Registry down in the Zero Dawn bunker, I was needlessly cruel. For your sake, I hope there is someone waiting there for you inside the mountain. Not a what, but a who. Yeah!
Shadow Star Woodley. Okay, so we got Shadow Ammo. And I see. Okay. Wow. Oh.
Just a little wind, just bending the trees.
Well. That was something. Well then, oh man, this is just, wow. That's a lot to take in. There was... So, Gaia, that big tower by Meridian, you know, that's called... I forget what it was called on the... like, the hologram thing. But, on the presentation thing. But it, that is a broadcast tower, apparently, that is supposed to broadcast the deactivation codes for the Pharaoh robots. And we learned that these animal-like robots like this, and not Pharaoh robots, the robots made by Gaia, to help, like as a way to kind of help refit the Earth. But then robots such as the Corruptors and Deathbringers, those are Pharaoh robots. And yeah, like I was saying, the design differences in them, I never really thought about it before, but there's actually significant design differences between robots like this and then the Deathbringers and the Corruptors. The Deathbringers and Corruptors, you can tell that, like, they're very industrial looking, like very rigid shapes, and you know, you can tell that you can tell that humans designed and made those ones, or at least the base designs of them, the initial ones anyways. But these ones here, they're a lot more, I guess, natural looking? I don't know if that's the right word, but yeah, we learned a lot. I'm really excited to keep going. I wish I could keep going right now, but I'm probably gonna have it split up into 2 videos, but I've already spent in total like over 2 hours just on this one quest. But and I love this game. Took me a while to get around to it because I didn't have a PC until recently that could play it, but I'm so glad I chose this as the first story-focused game that I was doing because it's amazing. Blown away every day by this game. Alright guys, well, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.